like, if they have to cut anything. So, you know, it costs money to move. Not to find an apartment, but I mean, like, you have to pay for yourself. So if you're out there trying to transfer a bunch of worldwide people, and especially the bigger job I had was transferring people worlds and worlds of universes and uh, galaxies and eternities and heavens, transferring a bunch of people. If you look at Heaven's War or the Jesus Christ is Back video, there's so many people to transfer, especially when you're transferring Heaven's War and they're fighting. And they're fighting. So that was a big job for me. I hardly even ate the year 2021 and earlier part of 2022. But I had to take a break from Sabrina and Leland so I could eat. It's time for me to eat because I'm enjoying the harvest. I'm enjoying the harvest of the work I did for 2 years. So I'm eating now. I'm eating regular meals. I worked for 42 years feeding the people. The transfer became really big the last 2 years. But the transfer used to be smaller. It used to be worldwide. But the transfer is now on a break. I get to enjoy the harvest too of eating regular meals. I really don't eat much snacks, but I do try because I have my feeling of when I'm full and when I'm not full. So, used to be before I used to not have that. I don't know why, but now I have it back. Um, I don't know how I got it back. Really, I don't. I really don't know.
Sabrina, do you know where the TV cords are?
No. Yeah, I don't know. All I know is they helped me in the hospital somehow in that area. So I know when to stop eating and when to start. And I don't have to suffer with being overweight all my life. I could actually, because um, I'm actually slowly losing weight, not um, very fast with losing weight like I was in the hospital. I was not eating solids at all. They just gave me um, feeding tube through my veins, very little at a time. So to get it right in me right away, to be more quick about it right now, action, food, and fluids and medication. So it was pretty quick. The speed process was pretty quick, but I had to have really good care. But I didn't appreciate the care that they gave me in the intensive ICU because one of this Native American lady beat me up there. She literally beat me up there. I was not. I'm not impressed by Capital Medical Center at all. I never want to have another birth there. I never want to deal with Capital Medical Center there. I even told the director, the manager of Capital Medical Center, and all he said was, I think that they didn't know they were being mean. When, I was afraid to even say anything because they'll, you know, put more needles in me and be more, vengeance towards me and my body when I'm weak. You know, I was afraid there, terribly afraid, terribly afraid to be there. Especially when I just wake up there one day and wondering where the heck I'm at. All I know, I was asleep and someone said she's at Olympia Hospital. You know whose voice that was? JoJo's. I don't know why, but it was JoJo's voice. I said that. I'm like, I am weird because I knew I was here. I was sleeping on bed, but I wasn't. And so I'm like, oh my gosh. Probably a piece of wall, or, word does transfer. I was asleep and I woke up as hard as I just wanted to wake up. And I just kept wanting to wake up. And finally, one day I woke up and I didn't have a cup of coffee. Usually I wake up with a cup of coffee. And so my voice will take a long time to heal because they had a bamboo stick in my throat and like a feeding tube in my throat. Um, no, bamboo stick and a feeding tube to help me breathe. Because I woke up, they said I wasn't breathing or something, and I wouldn't wake up. I'm like, oh, jeez. No one here at my mom's house lets anybody sleep at all for a long term because they think someone's secretly doing drugs or something, and like they don't wake up, they think they might overdose. So I hate that them thinking that like that. I know that's the secret horror thoughts of horrible addicted people, like especially when my parents had a history of alcoholism and drug addiction. That's the plain facts of life. Especially when you have to admit your parents had addiction and alcoholism in the past. Those are horrible thinkings of, that they think. Especially when I'm the only daughter of this household, the only daughter of Sarah Serrano. um, so they get very concerned about me, and especially when I look like her, most somewhat to a degree. Not fully though. I look like my dad. But I want to also explain that not everyone wants to go through uh, what do they call it, um, pain and suffering mentally, and also mental anguish, because everyone wants to not go through that because of the fact that there's just too much smoky stuff in the air, which affects a lot of people. So I was okay with Paul at first. It's just when he was smoking too much stuff, I didn't know why, and I started having mental problems with how I was thinking, and it was because he was smoking inside the house marijuana, and it affected my life. I really can't handle marijuana smoke inside the house. It makes me feel funny. Uh, so I don't like. I need like. I wish there was a tiny house outside so people can smoke marijuana outside. Because it makes me feel funny all the time, and like I just couldn't handle him smoking. Like he smoked a lot. He smoked $2,000 every week of marijuana. Cost us $2,000 a week for him to smoke marijuana. I don't even know how we even came up with the money for him to smoke that much. Really, I really don't know how. I don't. I think it was because he get tips from work. From a he earned tips from work. That's where he get more stuff. Or it really wasn't medication. It was more to deal with his mental health, not his pain or his health problems. And I'll give the full report, Social Security, on that, on the research of Paul Anthony Wisenhunt. For sure. That was my job from Social Security Administration. Peace in YouTube. You'll hear the full report to the job of Sabrina Cynthia having Paul Anthony Wisenhunt. That's a job. That was my job, to be married to him, do the research, investigate, and give the report. That's my job. So I do a very good job in reports. It's through investigation. Anyways, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna get something to drink and get a cup of coffee to calm down, and I'll post these videos here in a little bit. So stay tuned, and also if you're listening in America or any part of the world, perk your ears up to that piece of wall. All right, I'll talk to you soon. I'm gonna get a cup of coffee.